Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets, and this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Garmin Vivosport. A bit of a mini review. I also got the Fitbit Versa, which you can see here at the same time, so I will give you my sort of comparisons between the two as we go along. I actually did end up choosing the Garmin Vivosport over the Fitbit Versa, and I also looked at the Garmin Vivofit 4, so I can also talk about that as we go along. In the box you have the device itself, which is on my wrist. You get some manuals, quick start guides, and you get this particular lead. Now what I'll do is I'll take this off my wrist so you can see. The first thing you'll notice, this display is always on, and in sunlight, I'm just trying to get lots of light on it, it is as clear as day. It also has a backlit light that you can raise your wrist to bring it on, and then you can pull your wrist away and it turns the backlight off. So that is quite clever. It does also dim itself. In terms of charging, it's very simple. You just plug this in like so to turn it on, and then it comes on and charges. The particular display that I have here also has the battery level, and also does actually go through the move bar, which can appear if you're being a lazy person. The strap itself is very good. It does have, when you lock it in, there is, I don't know if you can see in there, a little groove that sticks into the strap itself to keep it secure. This happens to be the most comfortable fitness tracker I've ever had on my wrist. It is so comfortable, such a low profile. Well, tell a lie, it's the second most comfortable. The most comfortable one I had was the Garmin Vivofit 4, which I looked at, which is about half the price of this. The reason I didn't pick the Garmin Vivofit 4 is it looked smaller, slightly smaller. It had this metal button on the front, which I didn't like, and also it was very basic. It was just a basic fitness tracker and nothing else. But it had a battery that lasted over a year, so it had no charging cable in the box because it used a very small watch battery. So the appeal of not having to charge anything was very good. This can last up to 3 or 4 days depending on usage. Now, if you look at the box here, it does actually say that it can do 7 days in watch mode, 8 hours in GPS mode. It can swim as well. This is the large size, got built-in GPS, and the GPS can distinguish between, so when you're doing fitness activity, you can say you're either indoors or outdoors, and when you're indoors, it still can measure the distance to give you an idea of how far you've gone, if you're even just sort of walking on the spot or treadmill. It's got the VO2 max for your fitness level versus your age. That I really like. All day stress levels, rep counting, wrist-based heart rate, and smart notifications. The smart notifications are read only, and they just put off anything that comes through on your phone. I actually turned that off because I wanted to improve my battery life, and I'm not that bothered about seeing what's coming through my phone, to be honest, just to know there's something through. And apart from that, that's really everything that you've got on this particular watch. So let's take a closer look at the actual watch itself. So it is very straightforward to use. So you have the swipe menus here, so the steps, and you can customize the screens that you've got, how many floors you've done, percentage of your weekly, in terms of pushing yourself, intensity minutes, calories, miles, and again, all these screens are customizable. And also you have music controls, so I do like this particular aspect, so you can use it to skip a track or whatever that's playing, your heart rate, stress levels. Now with all these different screens, there's taps and double taps, so you can push and hold and it goes into the menu, and here if you tap the arrow up there, it'll take you back, but here you can go into lock, auto lock, do not disturb. If you tap on that, you've got various other options for timers and stuff. Right, so what I wanted to do is back. it's actually a lot easier to do this when you're not actually trying to film it and hold the camera in one hand and film the other. But here you can select the different activities you want to do. So if we said we wanted to walk, it says outside or inside, and then if you said outside, it would start the GPS, and it tells you GPS is off, and double tap to start. It really is a simple thing to use. So I'm going to show you the app now and what that actually looks like and some of the other features, but needless to say, this is really nice as from a hardware point of view. Okay, so this is the Garmin app, and it displays a lot of information here. So you've got, I did a quick indoor walking session, and if you tap on the actual information, it tells you I did 4 minutes, it's 0.62 miles, 26 calories, and it shows you more information. Obviously this was just a test, and it goes through quite a bit of extra information as well. So you do have quite a bit there. Now at the moment it's showing it's not connected because the heart rate, I've got it off my wrist, but you can see all the different information that you get, and it's just actually quite detailed. And what you can do, if you tap on the thing here in terms of device settings, you can set alarms, display options, visible widgets, so you can control what you want. I've taken weather notifications off, the rest of them I've got on. You've also got auto on backlight. I've taken the weather, I don't need to know the weather. On the activity tracking, again, you can actually say the tracks day activity, like so you can actually turn it on or off. Move IQ, so when your movements match similar patterns, it starts the actual tracking. Auto start, activity start, and you can give some parameters over if I walk for more than 5 minutes or run more than a minute to start tracking. Notifications and alerts, so during sleep, do not disturb during sleep is on. So you can say we want notifications on or off. The system, you can control various basic stuff like that. Orientation on the watch. So here you've got a few different screens for watches that you can have what watch faces. But all in all, it's a very straightforward, no nonsense activity tracker. So you might be asking, how does it compare to this Fitbit Versa? Well, the Fitbit Versa obviously is not a band, it's a watch. It's got a much bigger, brighter display, but it's not an always on display. This is always on, so that's the first thing I liked. This was always visible, always on. This you have to erase. It is a very bright screen. I think the sleep tracking is slightly more advanced on the Fitbit. The social element within the app is a bit more advanced, a bit more fun to use, and again it's a watch. But overall, notifications are okay, can't do too much with them. It says that if you have the special edition that you can do payments, so it's got an NFC chip, but there's only one bank in the UK and it's not one of the major banks, so really it doesn't have payment options in the UK. It might be better, depending which country you're in, you can have a look at the FAQ on Fitbit's website for supporting banks. But again, it just seems a lot of extra fluff. This was neater, had a longer battery life, over twice the battery life. This is meant to last up to 4 days. This can do up to 7. So less hassle, more useful, more what I want. But for some people, you may like that. But all in all, it's a very straightforward, no nonsense activity tracker. I really like it. It does exactly what you want. There you go. That's it really. This is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Catch you guys soon. Bye for now.